Be unapologetically you. As always, before we dive in, my name is Mike Poglese, co-founder of Automated Coaching Engine, where we partner with expert coaches, help them stack more cash without sacrificing more of their time. And so, like I said, to start this video off, this video is going to be about being unapologetically you, and the reason you need to be unapologetically you. So there's a lot of this imposter syndrome floating around in the world. And I think this is what it ultimately comes down to is people are afraid to be themselves. People are worried about other people's opinions in the world. And with that said, you need to be unapologetically you and not give a single fuck about what anybody thinks about who you are, what you do, and the actions you take. As long as it aligns with you, that's all that matters. And so the reason that I think this is a really important subject or a really important topic is because for a long time, I kind of struggled with this where, I was trying to be somebody that I wasn't because I knew what other people wanted to see in the world. And so specifically, once I got into entrepreneurship, I started becoming, the people that I was following, the Brad Lees, the Andy Frisellas, these types of people. I was really consuming a lot of their content. And so with that said, I was basically speaking the same way that they were. And it's kind of funny because if you scroll back in my YouTube, you'll see some of this content. Some of my old content is me essentially trying to be the people that I know my audience resonates with. But the problem is with this is that those people are already them. Brad Lee is already Brad Lee. Andy Frisella is already Andy Frisella. Nobody is going to be able to be them better than they are. So that's strike number one. I can't remember the name of the video, but there's literally one video where it says somebody commented on it and said dude, it sounds like you studied Andy Frisella's last post and you just re-recorded it. And I was like, damn, that motherfucker got me. But the thing is, what this really comes down to is I wasn't being myself. I wasn't being me. And so the reason that this is important is because that guy was specifically talking about my videos seeming scripted, something I typed out this long thing and I just studied it over and over and over again. And I was like, all right, cool, play, press record, and I'm going to go ahead and just reiterate exactly what I wrote. And so that's another reason why I really like YouTube and creating these long form pieces of content, because I can be unapologetically me. I can have the the likes, all of these pattern interrupt things that is just naturally me, and how I speak happen. And it's not going to be one of those things where I feel like I'm going to be judging myself or other people are going to be judging me. And at the same time, even if they are, I really don't give a fuck. I have a calling in my heart, to be sharing these messages. I'm passionate about sharing these messages. And so I'm just going to press fucking record and see what happens. And whatever comes out, comes out. If other people don't like it or other people do like it, I don't really give a shit. The point of doing this is to get my messages out there, to share more about who I am and start and building my brand and based around who I am, my common interest. And the people that rock with it are going to like it. They're going to come to me. They're going to find me. Or the people that don't like it, they're going to block me or dislike my videos or whatever the fuck they're going to do. And at the end of the day, it's totally fine. If they can make that decision, that's all I'm trying to accomplish here. I just want people to be able to make that decision if they like me or if they don't like me. I don't really care if they like me or don't like me. What I do care about is being known, being seen, having my messages being seen. And like I said, from that point on, the people that fuck with it, the people that rock with it, either gonna like it or they're not. And that's totally fine. It's totally up to them. It is what it is. May the best wishes to them. And I'm gonna carry on with my life. I'm gonna keep fucking crushing it and doing what I do best, which is be consistent at executing. And so with that said, this is all reasons why you need to be unapologetically you and remove whatever imposter syndrome. Why am I even recording content? I'm not some guru. I'm not some anybody gives a shit about. I mean, nobody gives a shit about me either, dude. And that's the reality. I'm not a fucking guru either. But what I don't care about is other people's thoughts, other people's viewpoints, other people's opinions about who Mike Poglese is and what Mike Poglese believes believes in and what Mike Poglese stands for and the language Mike Poglese uses. I don't give a fuck. You know, the people that resonate, like I said, are gonna fuck with me, and that's all I care about. The people that resonate are gonna rock with me. They're gonna be behind my back, pushing me along and supporting me in every move, and I'm gonna share that same emotion to them. You know, I'm gonna find the people that resonate with me. I'm going to follow them. I'm going to like their shit. I'm going to keep supporting them. I'm going to keep pushing them. We're going to keep crushing it all around. And so with that said, you know, like whatever, you know, outside thoughts or feelings you have, think about it, you know, the next time when you go to post on social media, the next time you pull up Instagram, you press the little plus sign and you go to post, think about all these thoughts that are running through your head. And instead, remove all those thoughts. Just type what the fuck you want to type or record what you want to record and put it out there and stay consistent doing that. What you'll start to realize is you're going to start to gain traction from the people that resonate with those messages, and people are going to be supporting you for who you are and not the persona that you're trying to become, not the theatrical act that you're putting out there. You know, actors are great people because they have a talented craft, but on the flip side, they're actors. They're putting on a front. And so one of my first like realizations of this kind of concept was when I worked for a digital marketing company in Richmond, Virginia, and one of the guys in the company always dressed like super nice. He wore collared shirts and shirt tucked in, and here I am, I would roll in with my long ass fucking hair. My hair was like down to my back at that time. I'd be wearing Birkenstocks, t-shirt like I am now, and some board shorts mostly. and I will never forget, because he always used to like question like why I dressed the way I dressed, you know, why I didn't, you know, try and look nicer. I mean, we were having meetings with like Richmond Times-Dispatch, you know, Richmond Kickers, like big companies, and I would roll in there just like this. I didn't give a fuck. What I started to realize from that is those people liked that. Those people liked the fact that I was not intimidated by them and that I needed to like put on a front or some sort of costume and hide who I truly was to be somebody that I wasn't, to act like I was somebody that I wasn't. And so with that said, you know, I started to realize that those big companies, those guys that I was meeting with, the CEOs and the PR reps and all this shit, the marketing teams that I was meeting with, they liked me because of who Mike Poglese was inside of his heart. They liked me because of how confident Mike Poglese was and how he carried himself. And so with that said, translate that into your own life. What front are you putting on for people that isn't really you? And, you know, I get it. Like, some people are in career jobs, you know, where they work for other companies. There's dress codes, you know, there's all these types of things. Sometimes you have to fit the role of that person inside of that position or inside of that career. And at the same time, that's still being unapologetically you. If you want to be a real estate agent, sure, you probably should dress a little nice. You know, if you want to be a corporate executive, you probably should, you know, dress a little nice. But at the end of the day, you will not become that unless you are unapologetically you. And so you need to embody that. You need to embody who you are and who you're trying to become, and live, eat, sleep, and breathe that. And so with that said, you know, whether it's, you know, an entrepreneur, a career job, which, by the way, I think careers are amazing. I think a lot of people misinterpret that based on a lot of my content, like, oh, I should only be an entrepreneur or I'm not going to be successful in life. Fuck that. No, absolutely not. In fact, most entrepreneurs are not successful. Most entrepreneurs are living below their means because they don't just go get a career job. I've thought about this numerous times myself, you know, how much further along I could be in my life if I just locked into a career position and worked for a growing company that was already established rather than trying to create my own thing. But at the same time, that's not being unapologetically me. What I'm about is the last name that's on my back and changing that for generations to come. Poglese is literally tattooed on my back, shoulder to shoulder. Every action that I take, I keep that in mind. You know, I keep in mind, what are my little siblings going to be seeing me as? How do they view me? Do they view me as a fucking beast? Or do they view me as somebody that's not, you know, not confident in themselves? You know, I want them to be confident. I want them to be the best versions that they can possibly be in this world, in this life. You know, at the end of the day, we only have one life. There's no test runs to any of this. There's no trials, free trials, or none of that. This is the only thing that we have right here, right now. The only life that we have. And if we aren't unapologetically ourselves, then what the fuck are we living for? So with that said, be unapologetically you. Stop giving a fuck about what people think. Stop caring about other people's opinions. Stop caring if other people like you or don't like you. Just be you. Be unapologetically you. Be yourself. I'm going to be Mike Poglese each and every day, and so you need to be who you are each and every day. Like I said, the people that rock with you, they're going to rock with you. The people that don't like you, they're not going to like you. It is what it is. The goal isn't to be liked by everybody. The goal is to be known. Let people make that decision themselves based on whether they like you or don't like you. At the end of the day, it's all good as long as you're being unapologetically you. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you on the next video. Peace out. We out.